All right, welcome to Sci-Fi Express Lane. Jeff Carroll, first video of the new year. Writer, filmmaker, what else you want to call me? Comic book creator, opinionated social activist, all that stuff. I want to present my top 10 movies of 2025 now that it's gone. I feel that overall 2025 wasn't what I wanted it to be. Now, I will say that I do expect movies and want movies to get better every year, except, I understand there was a dip because of COVID and, production houses and stuff like that. And those movies, had to get out. It probably was, not as many good movies, but we should be back on our feet by now. And we should be making better movies, the technology and all that. So I'm disappointed with 2025. Let me say that. Although there are classic movies in there, and there's a bunch of movies that I'll watch again. All right. So, and maybe I'll do something on the movies that should have been. But let me start off my top 10 movies, counting down from 10. And this order is not in stone. So even though I say something is 9 or 10 or 6, it could be in a different order. All right, but maybe I'm solid. I don't even think I'm on the solid on the top 3. All right, we'll get to that. Number 10 is Ballerina, and that is the John Wick action movie with homegirl from Knives Out, cute face and big eyes. I forgot her name, but she's definitely somebody whose face they really like. I like the movie. It had a lot of energy. It's a Jeff Carroll type of movie. John Wick is a series that I like, so that series kind of doesn't get old, and this story kind of built the lore and kept in a good storyline. Was it perfect? Was it my top movie? No. Would it have been top 10 movie in another year? I don't know. So that's my problem with 2025. All right. Next, and this is sad, but it is real. Fantastic Four. I only saw it once. Mind you, the other Fantastic Fours, I saw them more than once. Even the Michael B. Jordan Fantastic Four. But this one was not bad. I already liked Fantastic Four. I like Jessica Alba's one with Chris Evans. I liked those Fantastic Four. They were fun. Now, mind you, I'm not a comic book reader, or I do read comic books, but I'm not devout that the movies have to be exactly like the comic books. So I liked it. I liked Galactus. They pushed through. I liked the retro universe. It worked. It was ambitious, but it worked. And that's what I expect from Marvel. All right. So The Conjuring. I think it was Conjuring Last Rite. Conjuring is a IP that I can't hate on. It came at a time where digital horror or digital effects was taking over horror, and it just gave us a story. And I like the spinoffs. I like Annabelle. I like The Nun. Oh my God. So for me, it just keeps giving. Can I remember a particular scene in this movie? Heck no. But it is good, and I enjoy it. And plus, there are not too many horrors that aren't gore porn or something else. And this is a good story. Back to creepy. Probably the paranormal and ghosts is probably the scariest thing. More scary than werewolves, vampires, and zombies. Ghosts are actually the most scariest things. Next, Formula One. This is 7, counting up or counting down. 7 is Formula One. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like Brad Pitt in the role that he played. It reminded me of, Is it Brett Favre? No, the one that played was the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but also like LeBron James, all these older athletes. It ran with that theme, and you saw it coming, but it made it work. The interplay between the two, it needed something, and the racing was the big draw. So I would have liked another type of racing movie, but this one was very realistic. I'm waiting for them to really try to do a speed racer type racing movie. But this was good. This was the closest thing to a fictional racing movie. All right, number 6. Really should be higher, but I didn't expect this movie. I didn't see this movie. I wasn't anticipating it. And that is 40 Acres. Oh my God. This was homegirl from The Harder They Come, her breakout movie, and she broke it out. Man, I'm sorry that this movie didn't get a bigger theatrical release. I think maybe they promoted it wrong. I thought it was going to be, a racial movie, and it did, but it did have elements of that, but it was more not a zombie movie or not something else. And I think if they had made it a zombie movie, or if they would have sped up the middle part and sped up the middle part a little bit, because it was a lot of preparation and slowed down, but it didn't get boring. It wasn't like The Road. Some of these post-apocalyptic movies don't have new information. So for a nothing storyline, pretty much they kept it engaging. It was better than the one with Halle Berry where the kids was tied to the rope. It was better than wasn't Julia Roberts, but Black Box. It was better than that. Of course, because they had moving joint, Invasion, Quiet Place was better, but it had to feel like all of those. All right, and of course, 40 Acres. I wanted it to be about 40 Acres and a Mule. That's another letdown. But other than that, the characters was good, the story was good, so I can't hate. Number 6. Number 5 was Captain America: Brave New World. Enjoyed it. What can I say? We waited. I'm not one that I want diversity, right? And I don't necessarily want characters to be made people of color that are white. So I'm against like a Chinese Incredible Hulk. But this one worked where the character Falcon, who was originally black, took over for Captain America. I might not have saw that coming. I probably would have liked me a regular Falcon movie with him hooking up with my girl, Misty Knight. But this was good enough. They got the Red Hulk in there. It was a little contrived, but this is this is what I think the future of superhero movies are going to be. Them big epic in-game and build-up movies. They're not going to be around that much. You gotta do the stories that's in comic books. The one-shots. And this was a one-shot. Reminded me of like Deadpool, sort of without the comedy. All right, number 4. This is controversial because this could easily be number 2. Predator: Badlands. Oh my God, this is a good movie. So all other movies was 2025 good, but this would have scored high in any year that I've been doing this. Predator: Badlands. It had everything that I wanted. The ending sort of cheesed it, but it worked. So that everything worked. The thing that I didn't like about it was the culture of the Predators. Oh my God, this savage warrior culture just seems stupid, and doesn't seem sustainable. And all the European cultures that they, built off, it felt like the Sith. I'm like, well, damn, do the Sith ever raise their children? Do they love their children? Can you hate a child to adulthood? Oh my God, at some point, children need love. At some point, the group has to have some love and some compassion. So, come on, all right? So that was my downside, but everything else worked. I loved the story. Let's go. All right, number 3. Avatar, Fire and Ash. People's going to say that Avatar wasn't good, and now we're getting into controversials. There's going to be people that say that'll agree with me, probably have it as their second best movie of the year. But mine is 3. It could have been 2, it could have been 4. I could have played with any of these lower numbers. But I gave it 3. And why did I do that? Well, because I like Avatar the universe. And I feel the universe is so powerful. It is such an analogy. It's better than the analogy in Dune. Until, like, I make my movie of planet invasion and indigenous people fighting back. But right now, this is amazing. All right. I love they keep giving us technology. I love the new stuff. So it is a repetitive story, but for some reason, this was a better repetitive story than the second one. So this was second good, and that means they're getting better because they did dip a little bit. All right. Number two on my list is Weapons. I enjoyed Weapons. What can I tell you? I like my B-movie horrors. This is the same energy as another movie that I like from a few years ago, Malignant. Oh my God, I really enjoyed Weapons. I like the end. I like the journey there. It's not playing anywhere where I can watch it. I watched it twice in the theaters, and I will go see it again. Just like Avatar, Predator, Badland, I saw that twice. So when you get to these top movies, I've seen them twice. All right. So, yeah, there's Weapons was nothing really, I have to say, bad about it. Yeah, it could have been better, but you're already number 2. Would it have scored high in other years? Yes, because I think there's not many movies like Weapons. Look, Malignant, and then this one, it takes a while for them to come up with these stories. And these are the type of movies I would love to write myself. Oh my God, this is me all over it. All right, number 1 movie, and it's really not even a question, okay? My number 1 movie is Sinners. Bottom line. Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, they teamed up and made an amazing story, horror, vampire movie. It hit on all cylinders. So to me, that is the goal of movie making. People hated on it and said it has similar storyline to Dusk Till Dawn, and I'm saying no, it doesn't. Stop it. These are different people. The whole time setting was different. They implored different elements into it. So you had so like a paranormalist in the universe. Oh my God. The throwback. Was there anything I didn't like about the film? I think maybe the ending, him, man, I don't want to blow it for you. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times in the theaters, but I don't want to blow it for you, but I think the ending could have given different energy for the characters that were in the last scene, right? Or how it ended. I don't hate how it ended, but I definitely feel that it could have been something different. The backstory, I think there should be a sequel. I love when these stories continue. The backstory of the little Asian girl is the one that I'm most interested on. And probably, the whole battle with the indigenous Americans, how the hell they was chasing this dude away, and then they only got, guns, same as the white dudes, you know what I'm saying? So, and evidently, the vampires didn't go away, so I would like to see more of that. Dang. So that's my sequel. That's my wrap up. I'm at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna close it here. Don't really have anything to add. I just feel, 2026, just give us more good movies. Of course, I didn't like Tron. I didn't like The Running Man. Those was horrible letdowns. And then the worst one was 28 Years Later. God damn, they've had good comic books that they could have done. So those was my 3 biggest letdowns. Tron, and Running Man, which wasn't hard because Running Man wasn't a great movie to begin with. And then 28 years later, how do you screw that up? Anyway, like, subscribe, share, and comment. Jeff Carroll. Peace.